A very important question, very important question, and the youngsters will be delighted to receive an answer for this one. The question is, can the police stop a couple from romancing each other in a park or a garden or any other public place? Or can they raid you in a hotel room and arrest you for being together? And here is the answer. This answer will stretch because I want to dwell on this subject. There is a lot of myths surrounding this as well. And it appears the police force themselves do not know what is right, what is wrong, and to what extent they can exercise their authority. The answer is no. A couple sitting and romancing in the park cannot be arrested or even stopped by any police officer for doing so. A couple that is together in a hotel room cannot be arrested for being together by a police officer. This is more of common sense. There is no particular law which says that if you are in a park, police officer cannot come and arrest you. There is no law which says that if you are together in a hotel room, a police officer cannot come and arrest you. But there are laws which say when he can arrest you. If there is a public display of obscenity, then yes, a police officer has the right to come and arrest you for being obscene or for being a public nuisance, and there are a few other laws that will imply. But let's define it, let's go further. A boy and a girl are sitting together in a park, they're holding hands. Can they be disturbed? No. They go a little further. Can they be disturbed? No. Because small acts of affection cannot be termed as obscenity. If a police officer feels it's obscene, there's something wrong with him, and you can actually take him to task. So the answer is no. I read this recently somewhere that in Uttar Pradesh or West Bengal, police officers, particularly lady police officers, were rounding up young women and tormenting them for being found with their boyfriends. This is pathetic. The cops have better things to do, number one. But most importantly, it is an infringement clearly of your right to liberty. You have the right to sit with whoever it is that you love. They cannot stop you from being together. Inside a hotel room, absolutely not. They cannot knock on your door, and just because you're not husband and wife, they cannot take you and arrest you. If this is not an offense related to prostitution, they have no right to infringe upon your privacy. Here's a good question for foreigners intending to come and work in India. A company in India has offered me a job as a software specialist with advanced training and a new technology and is willing to pay me 10 lakh rupees per year. Do you think this is sufficient for me to obtain an Indian employment visa? No. Under the current regulations, your salary must be $25,000 American dollars per annum and above for you to qualify for an Indian visa. There are certain exceptions to this norm. One of them is being a cook. If you're a cook, then you're not affected by this particular ceiling. If you're a teacher, then again it's not binding on you. If you're a translator or an interpreter, it is still not binding upon you. The exact law that deals with this particular requirement is now at the bottom of the screen. Teacher does not mean an English teacher. You'll have to be a teacher other than the subject of English language, but with the exception of these three professions, your salary has to be $25,000 per annum or more. Here's an interesting question. Can you fight your own case in a court of law if you cannot hire a lawyer to represent your case? In other words, can you just simply not hire a lawyer and go to a court and fight your own case? And the answer is yes, you can. You do not need a lawyer to go and defend yourself or to pursue any matter of your own in a court of law. The law of the land allows you to very well represent your own matter and be your own lawyer. You don't have to hire a lawyer. Okay, here's another question. Drunk passenger accepts a lift or a ride or whatever from a drunk driver of a truck. The driver crashes and dies in the accident. The passenger survives. Can he sue the drunk driver or his family or the owner for the damage caused to his health? To rephrase this question, somebody is drunk, he takes a ride with another driver who's drunk. The car or lorry crashes. the passenger survives, can he now sue the driver or anybody else? The answer is no. Usually when you have such questions, please use common sense. Law actually is nothing but common sense codified. This drunk passenger gets nothing except his injuries, and that's what he deserves. Anything related to alcohol goes thus. If you drank with the knowledge that you're drinking, there's nothing that can be done to save you. There is an important point about exemption related to alcohols. If you force somebody to drink and that person does not know that he or she is consuming alcohol, then anything done by that person is exempt from criminal charge. So to put it simply, if you drank knowing you're getting drunk, knowing that you're consuming alcohol, then any act that is a consequence of it cannot save you. And the last question of this episode, related to booze. My friend wants to host a party at his home in New Delhi. He wants to know whether he can serve alcohol at a party. Contrary to popular belief, you need a license to consume alcohol, to serve alcohol. Yes, in New Delhi, in Mumbai and many other places, there is this old, antiquated, useless law which says that you need a permit even to consume alcohol and definitely to serve alcohol. So the answer is, if you want to serve alcohol in your house, even to yourself, you need a permit. But take it from me, it's a stupid law, and I don't think you'll go to jail for consuming alcohol inside your house.